meeting is being recorded. Hey, Richard.
Good morning.
Yeah,
You got
evening,
the passcode now?
night. Yeah,
Huh.
yes, sir. Okay. Oh, last time we talked, I think it was before my trip to Reading.
To where?
To Reading
Oh, okay.
by Mount Shasta.
How'd that turn out?
Good, good. Yeah, nice little vacation. Ah, been doing not doing, but I've been attending these Zoom meetings with the group of people. There's one every day at 2:30, and then one twice a week. It's pretty nice. I've got to talk to Andreas Mueller, Tam Kliss. I think that's it that I remember. Howard. Oh, Me Long. Spoke to Me Long. It was kind of nice getting to know everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I usually talk to my friend Jenny. She calls me. I met her from one of those meetings. No. Mind if she comes to our meeting?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. Let me see. I'm in Shaspa's bed in a Zoom with the real spiritual leader.
Oh, no.
I'm in a Zoom with my friend would you like to join? Uh-oh. First person. About oh, okay, whatever. Okay.
Wonder if she needs a passcode as well. Don't know.
She said she's not going to, I guess.
Oh,
She says, I can't right now, not enough internet. I said, okay.
that's all right.
She might change her mind. Depends.
Yeah.
Depends when she gets tired or not.
That's okay.
She gets insomnia. It sounds like she was having a good night. I met quite a few good people, I think.
Did you have any questions for anybody?
No, I was told. I asked something about being mechanical, and Tim Kliss told me nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody can know you. I said, yeah, that makes sense when I don't even know myself. He goes, yeah, exactly. So I was like, I took away from that. It's like, well, obviously, nobody's going to be able to tell me anything because, it's all personal. So, you know what I mean? It's like, no matter what, I think people can maybe sometimes you can converse and ideals will emerge, but, I don't know. That's all good. But yeah, I really enjoyed hearing all the different perspectives. This one guy, Moshi or Moji, I don't know his name. He was
Yeah.
in the cafe, and somebody was saying something about nobody's here, no one, whatever. He's like, what the fuck? I was like, what? Because it was just it was just realist about it all, and I really enjoyed that. It's like I can't remember how he said it, but it was really yeah. But when I first met him, I felt a little put off by him because he seemed so I guess because I didn't know him and his disposition was a little more out there, not out there, just outgoing, I guess you could say. Sure of himself and what he says. I don't even know if that's the right word, how to explain it, but whatever. Yeah. It's lots of wonderful people, man. We've had one dipshit that came in and and all this time that's I think that's pretty lucky. Comes in and Isabel was speaking and I don't even know. You're a fucking whore. And I was just like, what the fuck? Where the hell did that come from? Everybody was like, what? So he was I considered him a disruptor, somebody that came in it's because we posted the chat link on Andreas Mueller's webpage and some, in the public. So it got out in the public. But yeah, somebody called nobody or no one, something like that. Mr. Nobody, no one. I don't know. Just a dipshit. It's that didn't even make sense. It's just because she's sitting there talking, telling her story. You're a fucking whore. It's what the fuck? And unfortunately for her, she lives in an area that's populated. She got a little nervous, but for a few minutes, I think she got over it though. But yeah, it can be scary, especially when you're a single woman, huh? Weirdos everywhere. I feel so fortunate. I don't run into a lot of bad people, man. They don't seem to enter my circle. I hope it stays that way.
Oh, it's very easy to filter them out, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, I don't know.
But yeah, when they say there's no individual, no person, nobody, that's what they simply mean. There's apparent bodies appearing, but that's it. There's no individual body. There's just innumerable bodies. There's no particular one body that's appearing, or it's more important or significant than any other.
Oh, I had my Vedic astrology done just for fun. I guess I was born under 3 or 5. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. A lot of water moons, I guess, or water symbols. So it's like intense water, which I think is so funny. So I grew up my whole life thinking of me as a fire sign. No, you're water, lots of water. I thought, oh wow. And it's like I think he said it was like 5, but I'm not 100%. 5 water fucking things. Oh. I've been using, I can't even see myself. What is that? What happened? Oh, there I am. Let's see. I've been using this background. I like it.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, it works for me. I got my head above the clouds, not even in the clouds. Yeah. Yeah, they moved the meetings to Saturday. Now there's Saturday meetings, 11, 2:30, and then 2:30 till till everybody gets tired and wants to leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because a lot of them are like, there's a few Germans over there. You're the 3rd English person I know over there. One lives in the heart of London. I don't know where Darren lives, but I know he lives over there somewhere. No, London area.
Is this Andreas Mueller?
Oh, he came to that meeting.
Oh, he's from Germany, as far as I know.
Yeah, he's from Germany. I mean, he came through the video conference, but yeah. Yeah, there's like, I think there's 3 or 4 German people that come to the meeting. I feel like all the cool people are over there. I mean, other than Nancy. I think Nancy's pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, I think today that somebody put a thing up on about Tony Parson, that he's a danger. Yeah, he's a danger. To be careful if you have mental health issues. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that it was funny because I'd heard about that earlier today. Is that they were talking about speakers getting insurance because people are and putting disclaimers on their websites. People's being stupid, and it's like, well, if nothing matters, I guess I could kill myself. It's like, yeah, you probably can. Your house can still burn down. I think all these things are funny that people ask that. I really liked it's like all that stuff still happens, there's still life still happens. There's still things going on. Not the end. There's no me. I'm just a what do you call it? I'm a
yeah. An apparent appearance. There's no
Yes.
me, there's no I, no pronouns, just appearances, apparent appearance of bodies. That's it. And when once that's really recognized, I mean, thoroughly recognized, then you simply witness or observe that, okay, there's a body there, but I don't identify with it anymore.
Yeah.
And intense the more intensity or focus you put on that, recognizing that you're not that, it creates a kind of a unseen gap, or not really a separation, but there's no longer an identification with the body itself. There's a shift and this falling away, that you feel as though you're just an energetic movement, but you don't have any solidity. There's no solidity to you anymore. And that's a very strange feeling,
Yeah.
because you really can't pinpoint where you start, where you begin. Is it the edge of surface of your skin? Is it the outer part of your body? Is it where does that end or begin?
Mm.
And if you can't really tell, then in a sense you're going to recognize that you're not really present in terms of a physicality or a physical body, but you're still appearing anyway. In other words, you're appearing as an apparent appearance of a body, but not of any particular specific body. But if you're still self-identified with that, if there's still a sense of self, then that's what's happening there. It's not right or wrong. It's just what's happening there. And what I mean there, in terms of a locality or a place where that body mind feels that it's living upon, or it's present. It feels like it's really sitting in a chair, and it feels like it's really in a room, and it really feels as though it's living a life of its own. And all that personal sense of ownership is something that is reinforced by, of course, identification, certificates, birth certificates, forms of ID, um, possessions, things like that. If a individual is still focusing on or self-identifying with possessions, then they're not necessarily noticing that they're really just simply dreaming. We are the dreamings of the content of reality. Okay, so reality apparently appears to have some kind of content, and that content would be our dreamings. When I say our dreamings, these appearances, we apparently appear with these appearances of body minds, and that's the dreaming. It's not the dreamt, or it's not a final dream, or it's going to be a dream that's going to end and then another one will begin. It's not necessarily a dreamt dream, but it's a continual dreaming. In other words, it doesn't end. Has no beginning, has no end. That's the Alpha and Omega.
Mhm.
But it still cannot be explained. We're trying to turn non-duality into a knowing, but nobody really knows what non-duality is. It's just simply a definition that simply says not to. So there's that definition that defines what the term non-duality means, which is not to, and that's it. One without a second, and there's no figuring that out. It is and it is not. It's real and unreal, observable and observable, knowable and unknowable. It's both. It's always, always. Everything, no thinking, and no thing, everythinging. And it's like that all the time. Everywhere, in all places. And when that's heard and when that's known, there really isn't much else to say. You try to we, us, you, me, them, they, all these pronouns. We're trying to formulate some kind of a concept or an idea of presence, of appearing, of being. But we're simply apparently appearing to be. It's all apparent because it's a dream. So it's dreaming. The dreamings of not the dreamt, but dreamings, constant activity, similar to doings, but it's more like dreaming. Less doing, more dreaming. For a doing requires a doer, but there's no doership. You can't really call the apparent appearance of an individual, can't really call that a doer. It's not really doing anything. It apparently appears to be doing, but it's not. And so the linguistics that we use, the language that we use when we say, well, I did this the other day, or I did that the other day. Not necessarily. We're claiming doing, claiming doership. And if we're claiming these things, then we're telling a story about the self or ourselves. So we could say, well, I know what I do and I know what I did with myself. And so there's that self-identification with the self. And then there's that apparent appearance of that story. So the body mind action figure that's still self-identifying with a sense of self has a story to tell. And they're going to tell many, many stories. And that story is going to be about themselves or about what they did, what they know, what they have, what they own. So then the apparent appearance of the individual begins to grapple and wonder, then how do I negotiate life. If this is not my life, how do I negotiate that anyway? Well, life is already automatically lived through the appearance of the body mind. So that's already happening. That doesn't even need to be coerced, doesn't even need to be reinforced or exerted or willed to be. No accord. No volition required. Just appearing, just apparently appearing, and that's good enough. And whatever it does, whatever it appears to be doing, what apparently appears to be whatever it's doing, it's going to get done, whatever that is. Whatever that doing is going to be, apparently appearing to be done, regardless of what that body mind might think. You might think in terms of, well, I did this, that, or the other for this apparent reason. It's going to it's going to make every effort to try and apply a meaning, a general meaning or a reason or a purpose for what it's doing. It's going to try to justify what it does. And when it tries to justify what it's doing, that also seems to reinforce a feeling of individuality or a feeling of being a person. And so that goes on. And yet, when that is happening, when it's appearing to happen, and the body mind doesn't catch it, well, it might catch it or it might not. When I say catch it, it'll notice it. It's going to place notice on the things that it thinks it's doing. It thinks in terms of my life, my my body, my head, my arms, my hands, my life, my house, my things. It thinks in terms of ownership that way. And it's not right or wrong. It's just what apparently appears to be happening. Apparently appears to be something that body mind believes. So there's these beliefs and knowings and doings and taking action. So whatever a body mind believes, that it feels that it knows. It feels that it knows what it believes. And that knowledge base is taking thoughts and taking ownership of those thoughts. And then they become my thoughts. They're just simply thoughts that are entertained, but the thoughts that are entertained 2 by 4 from, about, with, upon, around, before, and after that individual person. The individual person that still thinks in terms of I, me, mine, you, me, just separate individual people. And so it's that way with them. And then along comes this message of non-duality. Person hears it for the first time, doesn't make any sense. And it won't. It's not meant to make sense, but it will be noticed regardless of it making sense or not. In other words, although non-duality is not intended to make sense to anybody, it will point out. It will point out how that individual person is being, or how it's thinking. In terms of the how, as in this process that the person seems to apparently appears to go through whenever there's this falling away or this collapse of a me, that collapse of the individual, collapse of the person. When they take their birth certificate or their ID, and then they notice, well, that's the name that's on that certificate, that birth certificate or that identification. It says that on there. It reads a certain language. It reads the English language, and it can be read, but that's all that is. That's literally read. But that's all that's happening there. All that's happening is that there's a certificate, it's being read, but that's it. It's something that's legible, something that could be observed, noticed, and looked upon in that particular way, subjectively. And so the body mind action figure may or may not identify with that. If it identifies with it, then it's going to believe that that is what it is, that it is that person's name, the first name and the last name, and it's going to believe in location, placement, where it was born, that it had a life that began at a certain point. But when you think in terms of that, when you think in terms of a beginning, most people believe that. They believe that when they were born, that was the beginning of their life, the story. That's when the story of their life began. But there really is no beginning, no ending to anything, really. It just apparently appeared to be that way. So there's the apparent appearance of the story. So that's what the body mind goes along with. It goes along with that. And then it self-identifies with a name. The name that it carries on its birth certificate, and it carries that name. And it becomes familiar with it. So it takes it upon itself. So yeah, okay, I'm Richard, and my surname is Trevino, and that's my first and last name. And that's what I've used all my life. So I say that life's mine, my life, and I self-identify with the name and the body mind and the image. And all of that is continuously processed and thought about and believed. But then there'll come a time, though, when the body mind will come across non-duality, and then it'll begin to question, and it'll begin to wonder and notice that it's really self-identifying. It's a self-identification. It's really conjuring. It's conjuring a self-identification with that particular individual. And that's what it focuses on. It focuses on what it believes, what it thinks, what it knows. It's thinking in terms of a brain, of a mind that it has, taking ownership of a mind that it has and that it owns. I own a brain, a mind of my very own, It is mine because I was born with it. So that individual, that person is convinced, and is convinced to believe it, to believe that it thinks and it knows. I think, therefore I am. If it can think that it's conscious, then it'll take that consciousness and it'll claim it as its own. This is my mind, my consciousness, my thoughts, my ideas. And so when it does that, it's really reinforcing that sense of separation or that individual. And that's what it does. And that's what it's doing, and that's what it's been doing. So you have kind of a split that apparently appears to be happening, where you have people that notice that, and then you have those that don't. Those that notice they're self-identifying with these self-identification identifiers like birth certificates and IDs, things like that, and taking ownership and believing the thoughts to be their own and their own mind, their own life. So you have those that believe that, and those that are not thinking that there's of individuality that way. They're just simply being or appearing, but they're not giving it, or not, they're not trying to apply meaning, reason, or purpose to their own life, because they don't really have it. Now, if they believe they have it, then that's simply the belief. They believe it, and then they know it, and they believe what they know what they believe, and that's going hand in hand with the knowings and the beliefs and the ownership. All of those things reinforce a separate sense of self, the self-conscious self. And that's what that is. That's thinking in terms of individuality. So you're either going to think that way, or you're just going to observe. You're not necessarily a you, but yet you're a type of a presence or an appearance. You're an energetic movement. And that is non-locational. That's not non-local. In other words, it's relegated to that which is unreal. No boundaries, no parameters, just boundless. Boundless energy, always appearing, but never really knowing how or why. There really is no why, there really is no how. In the manner by which it appears to be, in its appearance, as it's visually seen. Visually seen as an appearance of a body mind, but nothing more. Just an appearance. Now, when I say nothing more, I don't mean in terms of something else or something that's self-identified in terms of a solid object, not necessarily of a type of an object that's being witnessed, as though there's a body mind appearing, but that's all that is. That's not necessarily a solid physical body that's appearing, and it's going to appear that way, but only temporary. Although it's appearing temporary, that temporariness is constantly changing. It's not appearing the same exact way. There's always rearrangement, always change in, in terms of the living cells and how many. The countenance is immeasurable. There's so many cells to comprise the body mind as it appears. So it's going to apparently appear, but it cannot be explained how the complexity of so many cells can make that body mind appear as a solid form. And yet there's all these spatial gaps and differences that are noticeable. These differences that are noticeable apparently appear to be separate, but they're not separate. They apparently appear to be separate. But that is so peculiar. It is so amazing how everything is appearing as whole and complete and perfect as it is, but at the same time, it's empty as well. There's an emptiness in terms of how the body mind is trying to grasp and hold on to something in the reality that it witnesses around it. It witnesses around itself objects that apparently appear to be solid. They apparently appear to be solid, and it could hold it in its hand. It could hold a cup or a utensil or a fork or a spoon, or it could hold its own mobile phone, things of that nature. And yet, at the same time, that's not really true. It apparently appears to be so, but it's so and not so. It really is and it is not. It appears real, but it's also unreal. It's just amazing. It's extraordinary how everything is and is not. Both knowable and unknowable, real and unreal.
Allergy or what?
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of dust in the room. That's another thing. Dust. Dust flying in the air.
Yeah.
Dust everywhere. Dust in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
All we are is dust in the wind.
Yep, pretty much.
That song, that Kansas song, is quite profound. If you listen to the lyrics, read the lyrics to that song. I close my eyes only for a moment, but the moment's gone.
Mhm.
All my dreams pass before my eyes in curiosity. Dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea.
Ugh.
Yeah, these Zooms that all these non-duality speakers are having, they apparently appear to be having. When I say having,
I don't really like
they
speakers
they
much.
take their computer equipment, they use it in this manner to have presentations, and then there's people that will come
Ah,
along and participate.
I don't care
Yeah,
about that. I don't like that anymore. I don't like that kind of format. I don't care about, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I don't care about people's questions. I
yeah,
don't, I don't. I mean, God bless them that they want to know, if you can still wash dishes after you have a shift, but
uh-huh,
whatever. I don't care I don't want to know about that. I don't want to know about any of it because I don't
uh-huh.
think anybody has the answers. The only one that has the answers is me, for me. I mean, nobody knows me better than me. So,
Yeah, but that's the thing. Uh, we say we know ourselves.
but I don't. I'm just saying that's
Yeah,
it. Nobody knows me
yeah,
better than me. I don't know me. So how could anybody know me better than me?
yeah. There is no me. Well, there is no me anyway.
See? So how could I know?
That's what's said. That's what's stated. That's true.
Yeah.
That's really it. So
So they sure the hell don't know me. That's the
yeah, but
point.
then we look at somebody like Emerson. Emerson's holding these meetings, these Zooms. He's
Yeah.
saying it's fun. He enjoys doing it, but then he goes on and then talks about emptiness.
Yeah.
You
I was
know,
talking to my a new person and I said, that really started to depress me. That's like all they wanted to talk about is the emptiness, the emptiness, the emptiness. It's like, they never
yeah,
talk about the fucking fullness. It's like life's not just empty, there's more to this existence,
there
whatever it
is,
is, it's just fucking emptiness. We still have to, we still have, there's still a happening going on,
there
so
is, and it feels real. There is a sense of reality to it, and if
yeah.
there
And
is
that's,
that much,
I mean, you
then
can know it's not real and still
yeah,
exist in it. You know what I mean? That's the
yeah,
point. You don't have to go around, oh, there's
uh
nothing, there's no one here. It's like, okay,
huh,
we already get that. Okay, let's fucking move on from that.
yeah,
Kind of thing. I mean,
that's true.
shit. And maybe some people don't get it, but it just, and I don't, like I said, I don't have any hard feelings for anybody, but it's like I was going to some of those Zooms and I was just like, I never had anything I thought that they like I wanted to know. I think I was like, I thought maybe something might be revealed, but it wasn't like, oh, I want to know this particular thing, or you know, I don't think that Jim Newman knows fucking more than I will know. I don't think Tony Parsons does. Not at this point, I mean, there was a point where I like, fuck, I don't know. I still don't know, but I'm just saying that I have a different understanding now than I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
I know what you mean.
because when I met you, I was
Yeah,
looking for fucking astrology secrets and
uh-huh.
and all that kind
Astrology
of stuff.
secrets, yeah.
And I remember just like I there was such an emptiness in my time. It's like, what do I do now? I'm not looking for anything anymore. So much of my time was seeking and trying to get to the secrets of the universe and all this shit. And then it's like, and then that was gone.
Yeah. There
It's
really are
true.
no, yeah, there
Huh?
really are no secrets to the universe. It's just the universe
Yeah.
apparently appearing. And let
And
it appear however it does. Yeah.
and it is already
That's what,
complete. So I don't need to worry about anything. It's
right?
already 100%, and it's like, you know, uh, it's like when it used to bother me, the kingdom of God is within you. But
Yeah.
if God is omnipresent and there's no separation, then God is in me. I am God. You are God. God is in you. God is everything. God is everywhere. God is nothing. So, it's all, and that's how I'm going to term it. People might not like my definition. I remember somebody got bothered by, I think it was Anna Brown, maybe. I don't remember. She said she used the word God. She goes, "You call it what the hell you want, call it pizza or something like that." But she, it's like, whatever, it don't really matter. But yeah, that works for me because that's just what works for me. And I was also glad to hear other people say that, how I felt like when they'd say, "Oh, there's nothing, there's nothing." I was like, I don't feel like nothing. There's a
Oh, there's
nothing.
everything.
Yeah, I feel like there's a
And
everything.
more. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that just bothered me a bit. It's like it really. At one time, I even told Emerson, I said, all you talk about is nothing. I said, well, I said, what I say, your nothing has made me everything, or something like that. Giving me everything, and
Yeah, your
he put
nothing's
a
made me
ha.
realize to appreciate everything even more.
Yeah, it's like, and I don't think that some of those things don't have their place, but I also think it's like some things become redundant. Like, oh my God, I was so glad that talking to these cafe folks that been around. It's like, apparently this, apparently, and apparently. It's like, well, fucking everything's apparent. Move on. Fuck. Fuck. I was like, can we use some other words? Seemingly, it's seemingly, mix it
Seemingly,
up.
yeah.
Jesus, yeah, seemingly so. Oh Lord, it's
I
like,
see. I really do see it as an adventure, though. You got to
it
look
is.
at life as an adventure.
Oh, it's all good.
You really
Yeah,
don't know. You never really know what's going to happen next.
it's
Now, I mean, we
true.
can't predict. We can't predict everything. We can predict some things that are kind of repetitive, and we can kind of
Most
predict
likely to
those.
happen, yeah, but you never
But then
know.
there's
Yeah.
some others that don't quite fit that kind of yeah,
Oh,
that kind of trajectory. They don't appear to be that way. But that's all right. I just let it be.
man.
I would
Huh?
simply say, just let it be.
Yeah,
Let
that's how I.
allow it to keep continue to appear as it does, and that's fine. And
Yeah.
just go along with that. And
Seems to.
we could talk about the weather. We could talk
Yeah.
about the conditions. How are the
Yeah.
conditions where you are? Things like that. That's fine. I don't have a problem
Yeah.
with that.
You know, we were talking about the Course in Miracles. You remember that, right? Course in
Yeah, of course,
Miracles,
the miracles, right?
and how they talk about. And I read that book once, although I don't remember a lot of it. Like, I just remember bits and pieces. And one of the things I remembered is like there's an exercise in the back of the book that was like to focused at the wall. There is no wall. There is no things, basically. And
Yeah,
it's like it's the same message in a different package, or it's the same package in a different message. I don't know.
that is.
So it's just funny because yeah, there's no wall. And what's funny is when I did have my whatever, the idea of an outer body experience,
Uh
that
huh.
that there was no walls, there was no things. It's like, that's why it seems easy for me to go, yeah, that makes sense to me, because I can remember, there's a memory of that happening. you know Whatever.
Yeah, it would
It
just
is
seem
what
to
it
be
is.
in a
Huh?
different kind of a state of being. In other words, we're kind of etheric
Yeah,
in these
exactly.
astral bodies. They're different. It's a
Yeah.
different type of body. Whenever we go to this, when we go through this out of body experience, it's a different type of body. It seems like it's an etheric kind of body that goes through solid objects.
Yeah, right, they don't even exist. It's like they don't exist.
Yeah, they just appear as an illusion, and the
Yeah.
illusion appears more illusory. In other words, the illusion is a lot more that way
you know
than this conscious awakened state. Yeah.
You know, Richard, today I was sitting here and being aware of the fact that
Yeah.
I'm really, there is no room. And I was thinking the fact of the sun and all that stuff is just like, it's all just not really there, except for the sun is hard for me not to unimagine. It's like an anchor, but everything else I could make disappear, like, visualize it being gone.
Oh yeah.
But the sun is like an anchor. I always have to have the sun.
Yeah, to feel
Everything
the
else goes,
warmth.
huh?
You can feel the warmth of the sun too.
Yeah.
You really feel it on your skin. You feel the warmth radiating off of it.
Mm.
I mean, I can't deny that. I can't deny that I feel the warmth of the sun as it
Right. Well,
radiates
your
heat.
body does. Yeah, the body
It's
does.
radiating heat, and you can really feel that.
Yeah. It's
That feels real. That feels real to me. And when I say real to me,
real to
this
your
me,
body. I
this
know.
me that I used to self-identify with as
You know,
as a me, but it's
somebody
not
asked me,
necessarily
sorry.
individual me. It's just simply one that I'm familiar with. So
Right.
that's as far as I'm going to take that. I'm going to simply say that, yeah, there may be a me. It may not be real, and it may not be an individual, but I'm still
Right.
familiar with it.
It's an
That's all
illusory
I'm going to
me.
say. I'm familiar
Yeah.
with it. It feels familiar. It's comfortable, and it works, and it's working
And
for me. And I'm saying
yeah.
it's working for me because the me that I identify with
Yeah.
is a familiar
I get
feeling.
it. I
It's a
get it.
familiar feeling. But at the same time, I also recognize and realize I'm not that me. I know that, but yet I
It's
feel the
there. Yeah.
that me, and so
You
I
know, I was
still
thinking,
can't drop it all together. Yeah,
Richard, I was thinking how
yeah.
the brain, the brain must make these things, these identifications happen.
They, yeah, they make
Uh-huh.
it feel real to us. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was thinking of that. Like, I think I don't think it's actually malice. I think it's just a way of existing and like not cooperating, but just existing, I guess, getting along, like that's what everybody else is doing.
Yeah,
They call themselves selves, so I must be a self.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
my
But
body. They hit me and say
yeah,
those kind of things. You peed
but
the
I
bed,
also, but
your toys.
I
Huh?
will recognize though that we're in the world, but we're not of the world. I'll recognize that much.
Well, yeah, that's
And I'll also recognize that we're temporally in time, temporarily appearing. I'm going
well,
to
that's for
believe that
sure.
one too, because that one's solid. That was real, a solid concept, or idea, or acknowledgement, or whatever you want to call it. But that that idea that we're temporarily here, that's quite obvious. That we're not going to always be here, not always going to appear. We're just temporarily appearing. And so I'll
Correct.
take that much. And although our days are also numbered, um, I'm still going to keep pressing on
Yeah.
and continue, the day-to-day activities that I've been doing. I'm familiar with them. They work. Uh, I'm being, I'm appearing. Uh, however that's however that is, that's fine. And you got to accept that. You accept the things that we can work with, we can change, and the things that we cannot, well, we have to go along with that as well. So, you can't say much more about that, really. But that's a funny thing, the way that works. It's really interesting. It's amazing. But it's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the pain.
That's okay.
I remember when I had to let my body know that it was okay, that it would be, consumed. The trees are gonna consume it. It's
Yeah.
gonna. That was a way of, yeah. I was really sad for my body to die, and I was like, "Don't worry." I know it sounds crazy, but this is like the thought
Yeah.
process that was going on. I was like, "Don't worry, you'll become part of these beautiful trees and everything." And it was like there was a certain acceptance, like, yeah, that's okay, that'll work,
Yeah.
It's like,
You'll melt into the background, so to speak.
yeah, and that's okay, you'll just be part of the, I mean, because that's all we are, is little pieces of everything anyway, this
Yeah,
body
we're
anyway.
organic. We're organic
Yeah,
material that
it's
returns to the earth.
recycled. It's
Yeah,
recycled from God
recycled,
knows
right?
what already.
But that energy that makes
Yeah,
us appear energetic, that must go somewhere. That must go
yeah.
out into the ethers or out into the atmosphere.
It would
And
make sense, huh? It would
yeah,
make
it
sense
would.
for
It
that to
does.
happen.
To me, it does. I can't see any other way around it. And that's
If not,
about that's the barrier of what we know. What's knowable is that much we know, that there's a near death experience. These experiences that people are having, lights they're seeing, bright lights, tunnels of light, things like that. Their loved ones, they're meeting them. All these things that are happening, they
right.
seem to be across the board the same. Thousands and thousands of people are having a. There's got to be something to it. There has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't just be fanciful thinking.
I was
No,
thinking
it's got
that,
to be.
if
Must be more than that.
if nothing else, just the energy is recycled back, if nothing else, the energy just goes, you know, uh, goes back, just like everything else on this planet is recycled. It's
Yeah,
like you eat that you're taking that energy. It's like, when we die, maybe our energy goes, fuck, I don't know, to a star, a petal, a tree. I don't fucking know. Joins
yeah.
a big energy mass in the sky. Who knows?
There
Right? I
could
mean,
be some other kind of existence we're just not privy to. We just don't
yeah,
know yet.
could be an alien straw that sucks up everybody. I don't know. I'm just really going off the deep end there.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
there's a lot of
It's all good.
imagination that's to be had as well. So
Yeah.
we can exercise the imagination as well.
Yeah. I used to not really have one. It was really uh, hard for me to imagine things. That's why I was surprised that all these people, they work so hard to have no thoughts and clear their mind of images. And it's like, fuck, non-dualities have the opposite effect on me. I was already, I guess I was where everybody wanted to be. It's like, now I got images, I can see shit.
Yeah,
I got an imagination. Shit.
I'm going to go with that. Yeah, imagination.
Yeah.
To imagine.
It's a lot easier for some reason to imagine things. I could
Yeah,
just I have a much more visual imagination than I used to before. Uh, before.
yeah.
Just weird. My friend used to call it his mind's eye, and I was like, ain't nothing happening up in my fucking head, dude. So he said, you don't see like nope, nothing black. Black
Yeah,
screen, buddy. That TV's dead.
that's right.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I think I just lost my lighter. Hang on. Spring break now for the kids.
That's right. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some days off coming up next weekend. I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Nice.
So I got Friday and Monday off. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah. 4-day weekend.
You gonna catch up on some sleep, or is that not?
Nah, just keep doing what I have been doing.
Just go whatever happens. Huh?
Yeah, just kind of YouTube it, check it
Yeah.
out, see what's out there. Continue with that.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't really been doing any of the speaker things. I like them all. I think they're all wonderful people, but like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
kind of
don't have much to say else. I don't have much else to say.
Yeah.
No,
They pretty
not
much
much
tell
else to
you
do about that. So
it's
I'll
like,
just leave the recordings as they are, and whoever
huh?
comes across them, they'll be
Yeah,
entertained by that
I hope so. Yeah.
for
I think they're
however long that might take.
yeah, 50 years from now.
Yeah, that's fine. But
I think that'd be funny if it actually here we are
yeah,
talking about it in the future. Hi, future whoever.
yeah.
Ah.
But there'll
Oh
come a
Lord.
time. Will come a time when that's good enough, and
Yeah.
just let that be, and then go on looking at other things, looking at Red Netflix or Prime Video. Look at video
Yeah.
channels, movies you haven't seen before, and just
Oh,
kind of entertain.
there's a new one. I'm wanting to see it. It sounds like it'll be good. Everything. What is it? Oh my gosh. Oh, I hope I see it quickly. I keep
I
seeing
know
it on.
there's one coming up, the series that looks interesting. Strange New Worlds.
Huh. I haven't heard that one.
That Strange New Worlds is going to be a spinoff of Star Trek.
Oh yeah, I like
It's going to be another
Star
Star
Trek.
Trek series
Yes, I seen that. I was
called
really
Strange New
happy.
Worlds. Yeah.
I like Star Trek. A white hummingbird. I just seen. I'm sure it's called Everything All at Once or something like that. It's about this Asian woman who I can't remember her name. She's a good actress. Well, I'll send it to you anyway. Oh, that looked familiar. It might be getting close.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you anyway. It's not out yet, but it's coming out. It looks pretty good. Oh, that's my friend Jenny. I've seen her picture of her, I mean. Any other time, I swear it's like, oh, look, here it is again and again and again and again.
Right.
Now I want it to share it with you. Or I just want to read you the God blessed name. Shit. Oh, no. Oh, well. Anyways, it's pretty cool looking. Sounds cool anyway. I keep thinking, well, it's got to be right here. Come on now. Oh, I think that's interesting. Oh, it looks like somebody else figured it out too. Yeah. Mhm. The shape of the fucking universe is the same shape as the stupid. Well, it's not stupid, but they say that the example they use for the shape of the universe is the same as the not hadron collider. The one they're using to try and make a star. Can't remember what the fuck that machine's called.
The
What do they call
Hadron
it? Wait,
Collider.
no, there's a wait. It's fusion, a fusion machine. Uh, they're trying to make a star on Earth. It's a fusion. Anyways, the big magnetic the big machine it creates a magnetic field that looks just like the shape of the universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and then I was scrolling, and then I seen somebody else. They compare it. They showed they used that, and then they showed the machine underneath it, and I thought, yeah, exactly. That's interesting. They're using that gravitational wave or whatever formula or pattern to mimic uh here on Earth.
Simulate.
Yeah, simulate. Yes,
Simulation. Yeah.
of the star.
Uh-huh.
Oh well, I guess it doesn't exist. It was just my imagination. When I
But
do
then
find
we,
it though, I'll send it to you. Huh?
yeah, but then we look out into the space and we can see all these different universes. I mean, it's not just solar systems, stars. There's galaxies,
I
and
know,
there's
right?
there's billions of them. That's
Crazy.
incredible to me. We have the Milky Way galaxy that we're in, but then there's billions of galaxies out. That's just boggles the mind.
So yeah,
How much
can't even
space that is.
can't even conceive of it. Really, it's like
Oh,
unlimited. Supposedly, it's
and
just
that's infinity. There seems to be
yeah,
no end to it.
yeah. Can't even comprehend it.
Infinitudinal complexification.
It's definitely complex. That's for damn sure. Well, this damn thing is not showing up for me for some reason. I can't believe it. It was like every 3 minutes the motherfucking thing was coming across my screen.
And now it's not appearing.
Yeah, I was like, I've been scrolling for a minute here.
So
Like,
what was it
man,
appearing on YouTube? Was it showing up on
it
YouTube?
through Facebook, it was saying that,
Facebook?
this is gonna come out on uh I'm pretty sure it's called Everything All at Once or something like that.
Everything all at once?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's this Asian actress that's very familiar. She's been I think she might even have played in
Everything Erica?
no.
Everything
All at Once, I think it is. Or Everywhere All at Once, something like that. Maybe it's Everywhere All at Once.
all at once. So I'm trying to enter that. Everything all at once. I'm going to try to enter it to see.
Yes. I will too.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Multiverse.
Because
How to understand timelines in the MCU, DC universe, Star Trek, and more.
oh,
Everything
there
all
it
at once.
is. Everything Everywhere All at Once movie. Did you already see it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once review
Yes.
in the theaters this weekend. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See why we think it's a 10. Michelle Yeoh knows how to pitch to audiences to see everything everywhere all at once, a fight scene with butt plugs.
What?
With butt plugs.
Oh, shit.
And Jamie Lee Curtis reminds of the human story that parallels the absurdity in Daniel's hit film. See it to believe it. It's nationwide.
Yeah, it looks good. I don't know if it will
Looks
be.
like the muscle man. He's got two butt plugs.
Oh, Jesus.
I was
I
on the
did
ground.
not
I
know
couldn't
that.
get up.
Huh?
She was talking about this movie.
Oh.
Whoever's watching this is going to like. Here's what you need to know, though. At the center of the whole movie is this deeply emotional family about a family that's broken and through the multiverse is reattached.
Huh.
And so it's wacky there for sure, but that there it makes it so deep emotional vein that's running through the movie. Predominantly started with Michelle Yeoh's performance. See it, believe it, it's nationwide.
I'm curious if it'll be any good. It looks like it might be. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Crafty with their weaponry in this exclusive fight scene.
Yeah, yeah. She has on the. I don't know if you've seen the thing. She has a
Spatulas.
no. She has a like a hang on, give me a minute. A stuffed animal's eyeball, on where her third eye is supposed to be. It just looks
Yeah.
so. Yeah, that's cute. I should put one on my head too. And Luciana, I think is how you say her name. She came to the Free Flow Cafe today for a few minutes. That was nice. I think she's Belgian. Her and her husband. Yeah. Yeah, finally shows up. That's funny. And then after yeah, now it's everywhere. Oh, yes. Now I see she's got a spoon. I wonder how she ends up in this multiverse and shit. How that takes place. Reality shift or what? Oh, I think they were showing it right there. Looks like quantum entanglement. Yeah, I was reading this by Alan Watts. Your entire education has deprived you of the capacity for living in the moment because it was preparing you for the future instead of showing you how to be alive now. Sounds nice. Oh, that's pretty. Uh, let's see. I sent you something.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. All right. I'll definitely look into that.
I'm sorry, not feeling good.
That's all right.
Yeah. You look pretty red,
That's
buddy.
okay. It's okay. We cut this short now.
All right. You gonna
I
take a
want to go
nap?
back. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah, you look tired. I hope you feel
Yeah, I
better.
am a bit tired.
Hope you
That's all
feel
right.
better, Richard. Okay. You
Yeah,
have a
thank
good night
you.
then. Yeah.
Take care.
All right, buddy.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.